This is a basic tutorial about basic tattooing techniques on miniatures. It's simple, yet effective. Do you want to learn how to paint tattoos on your miniatures? Do maybe better than this. Every one of us wants to paint tattoos once in a while on a miniature. This looks like there was a goblin painting with an edding on me, so we try to avoid that. Use these tips to be really happy about your first tattoos on your miniature. To be honest, I often mess it up, but then I clean it up. If you never painted a tattoo to your miniature, now is the time. After this lesson, you will completely be brave enough to do so. I would use this technique mainly for gaming pieces, where you want to have a quick result that looks good. In this video, I will explain how to paint basic tattoos on a Dwarf Slayer, a conversion I did from a Games Workshop Fire Slayer. I changed his head to a Blood Bowl halfling head and sculpted the beard and changed the axes, so it will be a gang member of my upcoming Mordheim warband. A Dwarf Slayer without tattoos is not a real Slayer, right? Here are some tricks to make your tattoos on your miniatures stand out. Enjoy! Essential to paint a really good tattoo on a tiny miniature is a very, very good brush. Nah, it's not a brush. Essential is a concept first. A concept and training it. I recommend drawing with a pencil first, to get a feeling for it. To properly understand a concept, you need inspiration first. Keep in mind, tattoos are forever, even on your miniature. Paint some little happy tattoos. Just play around a bit. In these big boxes, you can draw something that you want to use as a tattoo, for example, an anchor. Draw it big first and go smaller, so you get a feeling on what you can leave out and what you can minimize or find compromise in making a tattoo smaller. It gets more easier when it's smaller, like from the design. For tattooing a miniature, you need the right brush. There are many different brushes, and I always say it's a personal choice, weapon of choice. I don't want to speak out any recommendations. What I personally use and like for such tattoos is a so-called a puller brush, which has longer hair and a good tip. And with it I can draw longer lines as the water and color fluid flow will last longer. You don't want to be in the position where you have to repaint something or stop painting a tattoo while you do and then continue from a certain spot. This will increase the danger of a mistake. And I recommend, in this case, I recommend using an ink because it has a different flow of paint. It flows better from the brush. Then use this ink to repaint what you have drawn, for just getting a feeling for brush control, brush movements. Get to know your brush, get to know if you like to work with it or not. It's training. Increasing tattoo painting muscles. For doing the tattoo on a miniature, I don't recommend using just a dark blue or something like that. It will look like a goblin painted something with an edding. Thin your paint a little bit, not too much,
Just make it fluid like an ink, you can say. It should have the kind of flow that an ink has. The best tip is to mix in a really good amount of skin tone that you also used in the figure to your tattoo color. With it, the tattoo will integrate in the skin that you paint on top of it. If you thin it too much, it will not be strong enough, and you have to repeat these steps and maybe do it several times, which creates mistakes again. Keep in mind that we speak about basic tattooing in this tutorial. There is more in-depth knowledge about tattooing on display pieces. I will provide this to you in this channel to a later point. I hope you enjoyed the small little tattoo tricks on this Dwarf Slayer. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!
So far, keep on happy painting. Roman out.